I'd like to welcome to the Metal Shop 101 one of the godfathers of thrash, John Gallagher of Raven. How you doing, John?
I'm doing good, Doc. Good to be here, man.
Yeah, you too. Let's go back a little ways for the people who don't know. You guys got together back in 1974. And it was called what? Athletic Rock back then? Long before it was called
Yeah,
thrash.
when our first single came out, it said "Athletic Rock" from Neat on the back, and we were like, okay, I don't care what you call it, as long as you spell our name right."
Right.
And it made sense because we had the energy, and we were wearing like running tops instead of the usual. At that time, it was all like Rush shirt, 1976. It was all kimonos and silks, and
Right.
we figured that was a bit bogus. So
Well, you guys definitely are the godfathers of thrash, that's for sure. I mean, I've been a huge Raven fan for many years, probably since the first album come out, actually, back in
thank you. That's cool.
back in like what 81 or something.
Back in 1900 and frozen to death.
I mean, you guys, you know, brought the bands Metallica looked up to you guys. I mean, a lot of the bands that kids listen to nowadays that think, "Hey, man, Metallica is the greatest," but you guys were the ones that started it all. I mean, bands like Metallica looked up to you guys. You guys started it all.
Yeah, I mean, we took them out for their first tour here in the States. And I mean, James has told us to our face every night. They sat and watched and went, how do we get from here to there?
Right.
Because that was the next step up the ladder for them. They wanted to, and they told us at the tour they loved the All for One album because it diversified what we did, but it didn't, you know, intrinsically change who we were.
Right.
And I guess they kind of followed that same path when they did their second album.
Right. And I mean, you guys just did a cover version of Metallica's Metal Militia for that was it No Life Till Leather? And I
Yeah,
I
that
I
that was
love that
fun.
version. I think you guys did an awesome version of that. It's just awesome. I love it.
Yeah, and it's a little different because I mean, if you're gonna do a cover version, you've got to change something, otherwise it's utterly pointless.
Right.
And you can listen to that album where a few bands did literally that. It's like, oh, we'll play it just like Metallica, and it's like Metallica did it better and did it first. Do something else.
Right.
Do it reggae or jazz or whatever, but do it different.
Right.
I
Right.
mean that's one of Metallica's strong points. They're great at doing cover songs because they do it their way,
Right. Right.
you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Well, let's jump forward. I mean, in 2025, you guys had kind of the medical gap year. There's a lot going on in the Raven camp.
Yeah. Initially it was just supposed to be Mark getting his ankle done in April. He had an ankle replacement, which had been something that had been giving him a lot of pain for 10, 15 years, really, at that point. It was bone on bone. And because of that, he was relying on the left knee, as it were. So later in the year, when I was out of commission, he went and got the knee done. So now he's got more metal in him than he ever did. He's a real metal guy now.
Well, that's a good
But
thing.
but in August, we were all getting set to do a whole bunch of stuff in Europe, and we went to the warehouse to move stuff around and check up on what we had. And the case fell down and hit me on the head.
Oh, wow.
And it was just one of those dumb stub your toe type accidents. I was like, yeah, whatever. But 2 days later, I started getting blinding headaches that wouldn't go away.
Right.
Uh, so after a couple of days, because like most guys, I'm an idiot and I don't read the signs.
Right.
I finally went and got it checked out, and they sent me to hospital. I had the scans. They said you got a bleed on the brain. We're operating tomorrow morning.
Oh
Off to the
wow.
main hospital you go. So I was very, very lucky.
Yes.
And they actually went in twice. My joke is they went in twice because they weren't sure there was actually a brain in there, but
Right.
they they went in because it wasn't draining properly. Uh, but yeah, I was in ICU. I don't know, 10 days or some nonsense like that, and that's the part that I was ignoring everything, but I know that nobody stays in ICU for nothing.
Right. Right.
So yeah.
That had to be scary. I mean,
Well, the one thing that actually did scare me is when I got out and I got back here and I started talking, and all of a sudden my voice went, and
oh wow.
I couldn't talk.
Right.
I My brain was working, but it was like someone had a hold on my tongue. And I
Oh wow.
freaked out, and we went back to the hospital and stayed overnight, and they checked me out and said, "No, you're fine. It's just a little hiccup. Don't worry about it." And it's never happened since, so that's good.
That's a good thing. Glad to hear that. Now, did that after you went through all that and were recovering? I mean, how was it to pick the bass back up again after all that?
Well, I was very weak. I was at the time all full of, oh, we'll go and do this festival or we'll do this part of the tour. And of course, Mark's like, you're not doing anything. And I'm like, no, 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 you're not.
Right.
The doctor said, well, yeah, you can fly. You can go do whatever you want. She says, but you're not strong enough. And you'll find that out. You are
Right.
just not strong enough. Because when you have an accident like this, it like sucks all the energy out of your body to fix that.
Right.
And it took me a good 10, 12 weeks to kind of get that back.
Right.
And of course, initially when I got back home, first thing I did is pick up a guitar
Right.
and realized I was not playing the right notes, put it down, came back a few hours later. It was better, but I was a good 30% off.
Right.
So I just had to work hard and just keep playing
Right.
and get
Yeah.
it back.
Train your
And
brain to
I
redo
got
all
it
that.
back. Yeah, just going over those pathways and reestablishing what the deal was.
Right. Well, I'm glad you recovered. I mean, glad you're back at it, keeping the metal alive. Um, Now you guys got this big tour going on for 2026. Getting ready to kick
Oh
off.
yeah, starting in 1 week. That's why we're freaking out here.
Yeah, right.
First date is on the 18th in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh wow.
Horse racing and bourbon. We're right there,
Right.
and we work our way across and then down into Texas, Arizona, California, Oregon, Washington State, into Canada, back all the way back down through the Midwest into Chicago, round the Ohio, what have you, back into Canada, and then down the East Coast, down into
Right.
Florida, and then we're done. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna catch you guys when you come here to Pennsylvania.
Oh,
I
cool.
believe it's April 14th at Preserving Underground, New Kensington, PA. I'm
Right,
gonna
right, right. That's
definitely come
cool.
out and see the show, see you guys.
Please do. That'll be great.
Is there anything in the works? I mean, as far as recordings go for 2026 after this tour?
Yeah, I mean, before the accident, I'd been writing like a fiend, and we'd been going backwards and forwards with ideas. We have a lot of songs and a lot of really good ones. So we plan to record in the summer, probably July, August,
Okay.
and get that done. Mike's been building a new studio and having all kinds of problems with that. So uh, it's been, if we'd planned on doing it earlier, we wouldn't have been able to do it. So
Right.
it's kind of worked itself out.
Right.
But yeah, we'll get in, and we just have to pick which songs we want to do. There's, like I said, a lot of good ones and we just want a good 10, 11 songs that sit together that make sense out of the ones we've got.
Right. What's on the? Is there anything in particular that's on the set list for this tour? As far,
Uh,
I mean, you guys gonna just mix it up a little bit, do some old classics, maybe?
yeah, we'll do a Bon Jovi medley in the middle, I think, something like that. That'll help. It's always difficult. We're going to pull out at least one or two old songs that have never been played live before,
Okay.
and some old songs we've never played in 20, 30 years,
Right.
and then some old songs that we have played more recently, and a couple of the newer songs, at least one brand new song we've never done before. So we mix it up, and there'll be stuff people know, stuff people I'll be surprised to see us play, and then stuff they haven't heard. So it keeps it interesting for them and for us.
Right. Ballad of Marshall Stack on that set list.
It's not. Uh, it's not, and that you can't win. You can't win with that. Say, what do you guys want us to play? And then you get a list of 60 songs. It's like,
Right. Right.
okay. So at the end of the day, we just got to please ourselves and hope everyone comes along for the ride.
Right.
But I don't think anyone will be too disappointed unless they're dying to hear the Ballad of Marshall Stack.
Right.
We did actually play it live about oh jeez 10 10 year ago.
Oh wow.
We played it a few times on that tour at the beginning. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Now, Raven is known for bringing up unknown or underground bands, and you guys have Slackjaw on tour with you. How did you go about finding that band?
It was a suggestion from our agent because they're on the same agency as us, and we checked them out, and they got a good following, and it's a little different,
Okay.
but it's not like hardcore death metal or something like that. This is something that our audience can maybe get into a little more, and so there's a little bit of cross pollination there. They have a really big footprint on YouTube and what have you. And they're a good band, and they're funny. They're funny as shit. You watch some of their videos, and so it's going to be good. Another three-piece like us. So
Right. With so many bands being like legacy bands, you guys don't play the same set list over and over. I mean, like some of these legacy bands that have been out there for a while, you go to see them and it's the same songs every set list. I mean, why is it important to you to remain vibrant and
because I
rather
mean
than
we
just a nostalgia act?
because we are creative people. We like to I get a huge kick out of writing new music.
Right,
And we'll do that constantly and constantly putting ideas down on my phone and going back to it and going, oh wow, this could turn into something. I've literally got thousands of ideas on my phone. So,
right,
but I've got them backed up, Kirk. Uh, and you'll go back through this and go, oh, that stinks, that stinks. Oh, that's interesting. Let's
right,
and see if you can develop it. And then other times you come up with something immediate. It's like this is, the whole 9 yards. You're gonna put it together right there and then.
right,
Or I'll play it to the guys and they go, well, what if you do this after that? And we bounce it around, and all of a sudden you've got something that's way better than what you started with.
right,
But as far as the whole legacy thing, yeah, I mean, you turn into a parody of yourself. It's like a
right.
tribute act doing yourself.
You
Who wants
become a
to do
cover
that?
band of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, we love our old material.
Right,
We'll always play it, but it's not everything we are.
right,
We are still writing probably the best material we've ever done.
right.
and that's been a major, you know, mission statement for like the last 3 or 4 albums. It's like
Right.
this album has to be better than the album before,
Right.
and so far so good. We're doing that.
Right. Let me ask you this. What's the most important lesson that you've learned about surviving the BS of the music industry for 5 decades?
Nobody knows shit. Trust
Okay.
in yourself. 90% of people don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Right. So, well, John, I'm looking forward to the tour, man. Looking forward to meeting you guys here when you come in here April. And it's just amazing to have you come on the show. I'm going to ask you one more question. What is your take? Or let me ask you this. What advice could you give an up and coming band?
Try to have some originality, and the best way to do that is to broaden what you listen to.
Right.
You know, even if it's stuff you don't like. I mean, I'm not a country guy, but those musicians are incredible.
Right.
You can't tell me you can listen to something like that and go, I like what he's doing. If I twisted it round and did it like this, and you may come up with something totally different.
Right.
Same with jazz, same with fusion. Listen to obscure classic bands.
Right.
Try to, if you're all drawn from the same well and the well has got Slayer written on it, you're all going to sound like a bad version of Slayer.
Right.
Slayer did it first. Slayer did it best. Do something else.
Right. Do it. Yeah.
And try to just have fun.
Right.
Have fun. If you're not having fun, don't do it.
Right. Exactly. All right, John, I want to thank you for creating a genre of metal called thrash. And you guys are absolutely incredible. And I cannot thank you enough for taking the time out and coming on the show. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, we'll see you guys April 14th when you roll into Pennsylvania here. I will definitely be at that show. Hopefully get to meet up with you guys.
Absolutely, man. We'll see you then.
All right, John.